Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in, and welcome to Dodgers Daily Down on the Farm. And as we always do, we're going to start in Single A Rancho Cucamonga, and who you are seeing right here is Shawn Linion, who has been maybe the best, not one of, maybe the best pitchers in all the minor leagues so far. Of course, short sample size, I get that. The season is just getting started. But what Shawn Linion has done for Rancho has just been unbelievably impressive. And I mean, he is just plowing through California League hitters. And hey, Rancho is the Single A level. That's the lowest level affiliated baseball. So, and again, it's early, but how about an ERA of 0.87, 4 starts? And here's the big deal. It's not just the results. We talk about process versus results. The results are ERA of 0.87. Here's the process. 40 strikeouts, just 4 walks. I mean, you got to be kidding me, right? So Linion, as you're seeing in this video here, his ball moves a lot. Let me get that restarted for you again here. His ball moves a lot. So that 90 to 94, see how he's carrying the bottom of that zone, then he'll tail one right. He gets a lot of good location and then deception with his movement. See that movement there that's tailing right? And so that keeps hitters off a barrel. See how he missed a barrel on that last pitch? That's what he does really well. So a lot of hitters, or a lot of pitchers, I should say, at the Single A level, they're just trying to find the strike zone. They're trying to find their control. But Linion is so far advanced from that. He's see how that ball tails? He's actually to the point now where he's trying to command the ball inside the strike zone and locate. See that cutter underneath the left-hander's hand there? So he is actually locating using command, changing speeds, changing sets, how that one pitch turned left, the next pitch turned right. He is throwing strikes with all of it. It's all within the strike zone. So great command. So a great process for Shawn Linion. No doubt about it. Again, one of the best pitchers in all of minor league baseball in his first 4 starts, ERA of 0.87. So what a start for him. Young man that came up. He was a big part of the Complex League championship last year and came up to Rancho about halfway through. So let's keep our eye on him. And here's another guy. Watch this. This is Ryan Brown. That's his fastball. That's not his best pitch. See how that fastball tails right? And then you're getting ready to see the Vulcan change. Whoop, right there. How about that pitch? Wow. And I was communicating with him the other night, and this is a young man, and that nice slider there. This is a young man that at Ball State had a 70% strikeout rate. At one point, he had a patch where he struck out 17 out of 20 hitters. And the MAC brings pretty good baseball. I mean, Griffin Locker, look at that pitch there. So you saw one kind of cut left. And here's what makes this Vulcan change. He calls it the Vulcan change because of the way he grips it, the way he splits his fingers. What makes it so great is it has a mind of its own. He does not know which way it's going. I see that right there. See that? That was a left-handed slider. So we've kind of seen it tumble straight and fall off the table. We're going to see that here in just a second. We've seen it look like a left-handed slider. And then sometimes it actually cuts and looks like a cutter. See, that's just straight tumble there. And then the Vulcan change before looked like a left-handed slider. So, and then there is the one that looks like a cutter. So again, it shapes differently every single time that he throws it. And that's really kind of what gives it the mind of its own. So that's super exciting. It was fun for me to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed watching that Vulcan change of Ryan Brown. I had heard so much about it, even at Oklahoma State. I mean, it kind of got into the college ranks. Hey, have you seen this Vulcan change of this guy from Ball State? So I was super excited to see it with my own eyes. And there's that left-handed slider look. And then Eduardo Cano, hey, one of the top outfield prospects in all the game of baseball. And he showed it last night. I mean, like last night, we reported the other day that if you want to see the game of why people are so excited about Alex Freeland, that would have been Tuesday night's game. If you want to see the game why people are so excited about Eduardo Cano, this one was it. He hit the home run. Now he legs out an infield base hit. So he shows the speed there. Now he steals a base. So what's the significance of that? This is a 3.3 combined. Let me actually forward this. So the Mendoza line in terms of from when the pitcher throws it home to the time the catcher catches it till the time he gets it to home plate or to second base right there, 3.3, that's the Mendoza line. If you're over that, then a good base stealer should be able to steal a base pretty easily. And if you're under that, then it's going to take an elite base stealer to steal that base. So this right here between the pitcher and catcher, 3.3 seconds by the time the pitcher delivered the ball to home plate. There's your base hit again. 3.3 seconds from the time the pitcher delivered the home plate till the time the ball got to the second baseman. And you can see Quintero is easily safe. So that tells you that a pitcher-catcher combo is going to have to be in about the 3.0, 3.1 range to be able to throw out Eduardo Quintero as he gets good jumps. And that's just not going to happen almost ever, even at the major league level, even with guys like JT Realmuto. So that was what is so exciting about Eduardo Quintero. You really got to see just all of his wide variety of skills and the dynamic tool set that he brings with him, why people are so excited about him. So let's move up now to the Rancho Cucamonga, the High A Great Lakes level, and this is Kenny George. Didn't have any hits last night, but got on base 3 times, stole 3 bases. So these are more like the 3-5 range for the pitcher and catcher, and he's just stealing bases like it's absolutely no problem. 80 grade speed, no doubt about it. So on the second steal, you saw the pitcher was about a little under 1.7, catcher was under 1.9, so the catcher did a great job. Anything under 2.0 for a catcher is really good. So a combined 3.3 is good again, and Kenny George is making this look very easy to get to second base, not even close. So another young man in the system, Kenny George with 80 grade speed. I love these dynamic young players that is able to steal bases and beat, because you're not going to get hits every single night, but can you draw a walk and then can you steal some bases and generate a run on the nights where you don't get base hits? Kenny George, Eduardo Quintero, a lot of these young guys can do that. And then this is Patrick Copen. Attaboy Cope. How about last night? 5 2/3 innings, 4 hits, no runs, 7 strikeouts, 3 walks. So the 4th start for Copen last night, and he's posting an ERA of 2.25. His average against is 1.61, 28 strikeouts in 16 innings. Remember, he's the young man that was doing so well last year, took the line drive back to his right eye, lost vision in his right eye. That's why he has on those goggles. And so just incredible story that he's even back and even pitching. But to see him do as well as he absolutely has been doing is just phenomenal to watch. So Patrick Copen, what a great start for him. It was super exciting to see him pitch as well in his 4th start last night. And then my man out of KU, the KU Rock Chalk Jayhawk, they are absolutely kicking ass this year in the Big 12. Swept their rivals K-State the other weekend. So if any of the Shaws are watching this, congratulations to Rock Chalk on that. Hey, I interned under a guy who is in the Oklahoma State Secondary Activities Association Hall of Fame. He's won probably like 20 state titles out of Wasso, Oklahoma. His name is Larry Turner. And one thing he taught me, hey, play some small ball, do what you have to do to score some runs early in the game, and then use your pitching to make the game boring. That's exactly what Evan Shaw does. So you can see the Loons right here. Look at the scoreboard. They got a 3-0 lead. It's the bottom of the 7th inning. Here comes Evan Shaw, just ho-hum, la-di-da, throwing it south. We're throwing it to home plate. You see a hit here, or you see almost a hit here. No big deal. Faced 4 hitters. How about this? Evan Shaw faced 4 hitters. He got 4 outs. He threw 13 pitches. 11 were strikes, and he had 3 strikeouts. That's called making the game boring after you get a lead. Great job, Evan Shaw. That fastball you're seeing there is probably about 92, 93. And other than one outing that went a little bit sideways on him this year, Evan Shaw has been simply fantastic. He has great experience at Kansas, where he was their ace on a really good team last year. So excited about him. And then this is Levon Reynoso, who hit 98 yesterday. But what I really like about him, if we get far enough in this, towards the end of this video, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to fast forward it because this is a pretty long video. And towards the end of this video, he got a pitch clock violation. Here you can see the pitch clock over here to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it really frustrated him. It really got him aggravated. let me back this up and see if I can get to the pitch clock violation so you can see it. And we'll see if we can get to that. But LeVron Reynoso got a pitch clock violation in Lake County, and I mean, it pissed him off. It fired him up. And 2 pitches later, the game was over. As a matter of fact, there was 1 out when it happened. So let's see if I can back that up and see what we got here. So you can see that pitch there. There gives him getting fired up. The hitter's pissed off. There's the pitch clock violation there. Okay, so now here, let's watch this. So here we go. See the pitch clock there in the left corner there? It went to 0. LeVon gets a pitch clock violation, and he is one mad sumbuck right now. I promise you that. And he's like, screw this. This game is pissing me off. There's pitch number 1. Sit yo, you know what, down. And the next pitch is a strikeout, and the game is over. I love that type. Reminds me of like Michael Hobbs and those kind of fiery type, competitive type people. I just absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that outing from LeVon Reynoso. And by the way, he was hitting, like I said, 98 miles an hour with that good slider that he always has. And here comes the last pitch of the game. Like I said, he went into straight you out mode. I'm going to go ahead and delay this just enough so you can see this last out. 2 pitches later, see ya. Lake County, you are not winning this game. Do not let LeVon Reynoso get fired up like that, because you out if you do. So moving to AA, hey, this is Jose Ramos. And I'll tell you what, Jose Ramos will not quit hitting home runs. He has now 2 more home runs than anybody else in the Texas League, which is 6 total. He had 2 hits last night. He's hitting .276. His OPS is .969. And here's the big one. The strikeout rate for Jose Ramos is down to 23%. I will party every day of the week and twice on Sundays if Jose Ramos can keep his strikeout rate to 23%. And we're seeing, if you keep it down there and you get a couple of, if you get, say, 5 more at-bats a week where you have put the bat on the ball, that for a guy like Jose Ramos, because he hits the ball so hard, leads to base hits and home runs, which is why we're seeing the spike in his numbers. And then another reason why we're seeing him hit the ball so well is that he's doing that right there. He's just hitting the ball the other way. I mean, he's letting the ball get deep, which is allowing him to see the spin and location a little bit longer. He's not trying to do too much. And isn't it amazing when you don't try to do too much? That's actually when you do hit the home run. So congratulations, Jose Ramos. Let's keep grinding this thing out, young man. We've always known the talent is there, and we are seeing it on the field now. Another young man that has the propensity to lift and get dead pull and to get some swing and miss in his game is Dillon Keith. So it's great to see Dillon Keith. Man, when he hits a ball, he just slaughters it. He has multi-hit games in 2 out of his last 3 games. Dillon Keith, .277 on the year, and he has not been striking out lately. As a matter of fact, Dillon Keith has struck out just 1 time in his last 16 at-bats. Hey, I'm not against the strikeout, because you're going to strike out some to be as aggressive as guys like Jose Ramos and Dillon Keith need to be. And then also, if you want to be able to draw walks, you can't be afraid to get to 2 strikes, because you're very rarely going to walk without getting to 2 strikes and working pitch counts. And when you get to 2 strikes, that's when it puts you in jeopardy to strike out. So I'm not totally against the strikeout just in and of itself, but there's a limit. And Dillon Keith at times is over that limit. And then so is definitely Jose Ramos, who led the All of Texas League in strikeouts last year. So it's good to see them tame that strikeout rate to start this season. Dillon Keith as of late, Jose Ramos all year. And what a sight for sore eyes it was to see Jared Kroos, whose first 3 outings of the year had been rough, no doubt about it. And it was disappointing, because I've said, oh, look at that changeup. That's awesome. I've said all offseason he has built a ton of momentum, and I really think Jared Kroos, if he continues to pitch the way that he has, and certainly last year, he has set himself up to make his major league debut last year. So the first 3 outings are very disappointing, but it is what it is. Doesn't matter. They're over, and he's done a crap ton of great pitching beyond that. So let's just look past that. Let's look into the future, and let's get started with a good outing last night for Jared Kroos, who did have a good outing. Again, 4 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 6 strikeouts, and 2 walks. He has the big breaking ball, the change, and the good fastball as well. So good job to Jared Kroos at the AA level, and it was star-studded last night at the AAA level, no doubt about that. With AAA Oklahoma City, who we have said all off-season was going to be just completely stacked with talent. And if I can get to the video here, this is Dalton Rushing. Attaboy. Look at that opposite field hit. It's amazing. You know, Rushing didn't get any hits the night before. It's amazing how guys talk about, hey, don't hit the ball on the ground, blah, blah, blah. And then you get in a struggle, and then you're like, I don't give a crap where I hit it. I just want to hit it hard. It's amazing how that works whenever you get into a patch. How about 4 hits for Dalton Rushing last night? Just a triple shy of the cycle. And I know the air's thin in Salt Lake, where AAA Oklahoma City's at. Forget about it, though. That is a home run in Yellowstone National Park in any air environment. I don't care what it is. So don't give me this crap about thin air with Dalton Rushing, because the balls that he hit last night were hit, and they stayed hit, and they're still hit. And Rushing now is hitting .311 on the year, OPS .913. So great job, Dalton Rushing. Super exciting to see him have the night that he had last night. And then, hey, my man, James Outman, I've been telling you for what, 2-3 weeks now? I've been showing you swings, telling you, hey, to me, this looks pretty simple. This looks like he can repeat this swing. It looks like he has his swing grooved. And how many times do we say having a good process, you never know when it's going to happen, but having a good process will lead to the desired results. That's what we're seeing with James Outman. Back-to-back multi-hit games for James. He has hits in 8 games in a row. And Outman's average is finally over the Euchre line, what we used to call the Mendoza line, right? That 200 line. He's hitting 214 now. Hey, 214 is not great, no doubt, but it's been a lot better lately. He still is striking out some. I don't care. I'm just super excited that James Outman is finally grooving his swing and getting things done. So, hey, that's going to do it for today's Dodgers Daily Down on the Farm. I want to thank you for tuning in. My name is Casey Porter, and as always, it's a great day to be a Dodger.